The armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies are involved in several internal security operations which are ongoing in all the geopolitical zones of the country. The operations are aimed at combating contemporary security challenges that we all are aware of. The whole of society approach as a theoretical framework for addressing issues of national security concern has been propounded. What really does it mean? Is it just a buzzword? Who are the stakeholders? These and many more need to be interrogated. Meanwhile, it is pertinent to state that the much needed cooperation among the security stakeholders in the country within the national framework for tackling of insecurity could be better. The contrary holds their implications for the well-being and good order of the nation. In the evaluation of the relationship among the security agencies, there have been issues with boundaries of responsibilities, mutual distrust and suspicion, unhealthy competition, poor role delineation, and general disinterest by one or more agencies to contribute in supporting capacity to another. This tendency, simply referred to as interagency rivalry, have deeply permeated and equally jeopardized the national potentials to more effectively and efficiently tackle the menace of insecurity and criminalities that is bedeviling the country. In appreciation of this challenge, the Defense Secretary has recognized the need to reverse the situation. In pursuance of this, strategic engagement has been identified and the vehicle of a workshop chosen as a platform to chart a new understanding and revise the operational modalities. In this regard, the conduct of a capacity building and training workshop involving the nation's security stakeholders will be effective in realigning competence, delineate lines of authority, communication, lead agency concept, and support in line with global best practices. This approach is not meant to downplay or undermine the peculiarities of the several security agencies involved in operations, rather to reposition us for optimal performance during joint and combined operations. It is against this backdrop that this interagency cooperation workshop with a team strengthening interagency cooperation for sustainable national security is considered apt to enhance synergy, increase information sharing, address the challenges of duplication of efforts and joint operations. May I, therefore, use this opportunity to express our profound appreciation to Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for his unrelenting efforts in ensuring that the Armed Forces of Nigeria and indeed the police and all security agencies are provided the wherewithal to carry out their constitutional roles, despite other competing demands for scarce national resources. My appreciation also goes to the special guest of honor and the Honorable Minister of Defense and other special invited guests for finding time out of your busy schedules to grace this occasion. It is my fervent hope that the outcome of this workshop will be impactful and relevant towards enhancing the much needed synergy amongst members of the armed forces and other security agencies towards sustainable national security. Once again, I welcome you and thank you for listening. Thank you and God bless.
Looking at the personalities that are here today, I know that it is no more lip service, but the CDS and all the organizers are really, really committed and concerned that we need this interagency cooperation to have sustainable national security in our country. It is my honor and privilege to welcome, to be here on this occasion of this interagency cooperation workshop for the armed forces and the security agencies of Nigeria. This 3-day training workshop is aimed at further expanding the professional synergy, collaboration, and information gathering among the security agencies to better protect lives and properties of law-abiding citizens. This is furtherance of the core national interest of the security and welfare of our people, the sovereignty and defense of our territorial integrity, peace, democracy, economic growth, and social justice. The workshop is critical in our resolve to ensure that there are shared responsibilities and greater collaborations which is mutually beneficial in our current and future operations for enhanced national security. In this regard, I would like to commend the effort of the Chief of Defense Staff at conceiving and organizing this all-important workshop to enhance better cooperation among the various security agencies in Nigeria. I also appreciate the officers and men of the armed forces and the sister security agency for their steadfastness in managing the security architecture of Nigeria and sustaining effort towards surmounting emerging and ongoing security threats in the country. As watchkeepers and law enforcement agents in Nigeria, developing a cordial and symbiotic relationship among you is an important precondition for success in all operations. This must be achieved within the ambit of acceptable global best practices and standards. It is my belief that this workshop will facilitate the advancement of proactive and responsive approach that will bring about clear structure and mode of cooperation in wide-ranging situations meant to improve the effectiveness among security agencies. Therefore, I implore you during the course and after this workshop to remember that our national security, which is the sovereignty of our nation, its citizens, economy, and institutions, are responsibility of government. Government does rely on a range of measures, including political, economic, diplomatic, and military power. And when I say military power, I mean the power of all the armed forces and the sister security agencies. It's the culmination of all this that actually makes them military power. To safeguard the security of our nation by employing you that are here representing your agencies to do that job that the government itself cannot do. So it is trust. The government is trusting you to do what she should be doing in providing the much needed national security. Interagency cooperation is vital in providing the much needed security, as I've said. This is done by sharing problem depending on the agreement to deal with the issue by establishing a link via formal contract that provide resources for all or adjusting of your internal and your external laws and regulation and procedures and doctrine for the support of any arrangement that are intending to provide more public security and value, and that could be done better in this interagency cooperation than when one organization is doing it. By cooperation and coordination, organizations of different elements of a complex body could work better, effectively, and provide more value and better result. Please do identify areas of overlap of function that require intervention to eliminate, reduce, or clarify in executing your various mandates. It is hoped that the outcome of this workshop will assist government in the formulation of policies that will enhance interagency synergy towards improving safety and security in Nigeria. This will help in deterring current and potential adversaries within and outside the shores of Nigeria, as well as mitigate the growing signs of crime and violence in our country. As Sun Tzu stated, to achieve things beyond the reach of the ordinary man is foreknowledge, which I interpret as timely intelligence for planning and operation. In an effort to forge a more positive bond between the armed forces of Nigeria and our sister security agency, we must take proactive role in the development of continual fostering of more positive relationship by eliminating all forms of interagency rivalry. And I'm happy that the CDS covered this eloquently. As security agents, we know that the consequences of interagency rivalry are manifested and have a far-reaching negative implication on national security. I therefore urge you all to continue to foster on more cooperation, coordination, and collaborative efforts that make the best use of available scarce resources for enhanced national security. I urge you all, the participants, to pay rapt attention to the presentation outline for the workshop in order to make valuable contribution and fruitful discussion during the interactive and breakout session. Finally, before I end these remarks, permit me to express our profound gratitude to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for his unwavering support to our armed forces and other sister security agencies in ensuring the provision of operational, logistic, and welfare needs of our personnel that enable you to carry out your assigned tasks more effectively. You are therefore expected to show loyalty and respect to the government and the people of Nigeria for their commitment and sacrifices for you, and that is what you are able to commit with your commitment and the successes you have achieved so far. You can perform much better to meet the requirement of our constitution rule for you. For I know that achieving gains for the attainment of our national security is the main objective of all of you, irrespective of your service or agency. Finally, I want to close with a story. And it happened when I was Chief of Army Staff. Those of you who know the story of Liberian Civil War and where Charles Taylor went after the Civil War will now understand what I'm saying. At one point, Charles Taylor, who was wanted to leave Calabar to go to Libya. And in the process, he was apprehended around Lake Chad in Nigerian territory. And I attended a national security meeting, and the president, the rivalry that the CDS talked about came out very in the forefront. The customs say, oh, we were the one that arrested Charles Taylor. The army say, how do you know Charles Taylor? We saw him in Liberia, so we identified him and we're the one who arrested him. And the argument went on. And everybody wanted to prove to the president that they were more active and they were the one that arrested Charles Taylor. And the president, in his normal characteristics, say, whether an army or an air force or anybody, I'm happy that Charles Taylor has been arrested. So, on that note, I hereby declare the Interagency Cooperation Workshop open, and I wish you a very fruitful deliberation. Thank you. My expectation? Yes. Well, I hope at the end, as I've stated in my comment, that I hope at the end of this workshop, we'll be able to see where there are areas of duplication overlap in the system, where there are areas that we need to cement so that we'll become more effective in sharing information. And when people talk about intelligence, we have to agree that it is information that later on becomes intelligent. So if we are able to provide the right information at the right time, the experts will turn it to intelligence, and that will definitely help in our operation, especially in these days of digital age, where information is very vital and it must be timely. And once it is timely, then it helps the planners and those executing to be able to perform what we want out of them.
Thank you very much. Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.